Hi there. My name's Tercy Engelhardt, and I want to welcome you to the podcast and Reasonably Grateful. Thank you so much for being here. Some of you have been with me for a while now. This is actually episode 144, and others of you are new. And so, wherever you are on your journey, welcome. And I appreciate you being a part of my journey as well. And just a reminder, we're in a series right now where I'm reading you a story from my newly released book, Unreasonably Grateful. You can always text me at email me at tercy@tercyengelhardt.com. If you'd like me to send you a signed copy of the book, I'm happy to do so. It's also available on Amazon and other places where books are sold. This particular podcast is, again, stories from that book. And I just want to remind you that I don't have your answers, you do. But sometimes when someone shares their life experience, it's easier for us to see ourselves in their story than looking directly at our own life. Because most of us have some kind of skewed view of what's going on, or maybe we're just trying to hold things together, or for example, when my life was totally out of control, dealing with sexual abuse and the addiction of an eating disorder, I was so afraid of losing control. And the truth is, I was already completely out of control, but I couldn't see it from where I was at that time. So we know that we learn from one another's stories, which is the motivation for me to share mine. And I hope that it gives you a little bit more freedom, maybe a little bit more wiggle room in just dealing with your day-to-day situations. So again, welcome. I'm happy that you're here. Okay, so this week I'm reading a story that's called Hide and Seek. And it's about the trap of pleasing other people that oftentimes we can find ourselves in. Okay, it's chapter 22. The dates on this are 1966 to 86. And if you have a book, it's on page 41. My father was a wise and patient man. He was quiet and inward. My mother was loud and a strong force. She needed to be. I grew up trying to gain my father's attention. I wanted to know that I was loved by him. In church, I learned of a stern father who judged my ways when I fell short. I wanted to earn his love also. I wanted to please my fathers. I wanted to please my teachers. I wanted to please my coaches. When my efforts to attract a man's attention led to abuse over and over again, my protection became an armor of numbness in which I battled with feeling anything other than ruined. I lived between a hunger to be set free and the fear of being consumed. Like a childhood game of hide and seek, I hid, but so wanted to be found. Empty on the inside, pretending to be full. Addiction is all-consuming, selfish, and destructive. It eats up the person and those around it. So the message on this page is, you are already loved. It's interesting. I just finished recording a podcast with my dear friend Joanna Waterfall, who is the founder of an organization called Yellow Co., which is a group of entrepreneurial women who are using the business platform to do good or to make a difference in the world. And one of the things that we talked about today was just how much of our time is spent battling some internal message of you're not enough, you've fallen short, there's something to prove, someplace to get to. And today I just want you to consider that you're more than enough. You're divinely created. beautiful. You're amazing. And what if you lived from that? What if you lived from an adequacy that inspires you as opposed to the inadequacy that actually inhibits you? And so this week, I'd love to have us all pay attention to when we get distracted by some version of, I'm not enough, you're not enough, life's not enough, I should be further, if only, and then return more quickly to the present moment where you could practice affirmations, you could affirm the people around you, you could look and see, am I being loving so that I can actually experience love? Because just like in this story that I shared, when we make our lives about earning love or attempting to please other people in order to get love, it's a trap. And it actually is a distraction that keeps us out of the flow of love. So this week, let's you and I do that. Let's take it on. Let's see if we can't catch ourselves when we drift away from that unceasing flow of love, when we drift away from the miracle and the amazingness that we are, and we try to prove something or earn something or please someone. See if we can't return faster to just how amazing and incredible you already are. And you're already loved. Recently, I've recognized I've been given this heart to really see people for who they really are and affirm that with them and over them. And I'm not exactly sure where that's going to lead, but I'm feeling called to do that more often and with more people, because I think so much of our energy and our time is wasted on somehow trying to prove ourselves or earn something when you already are beautiful, amazing, and loved. Okay? So take that on this week. And I'll see you next week. And of course, you can always invite other people to join us. And I think there's some way you can like or recommend the podcast. And I'll see you next week. Thank you so much.